Good evening everyone. Today I've got a special video for you guys. I'll be going through the Meo Fusciuni Discovery Set. I'm really excited to go through this. I've bought this. Firstly, it's very difficult to get a hold of in the UK. I've had to get it shipped from Italy, wait for it to be in stock. It's actually been here in my house collecting dust for a few months because I decided I was going to do a little experiment as I go through these and do it on camera. So Meo Fusciuni is a Italian artistic niche brand. It's made by Giuseppe Imprezzabile, who goes under the name of Meo Fusciuni for his brand, and he describes this discovery set as olfactory memories collection. It's got 16 samples. It's pretty much every single one of his perfumes is in here. I know he's coming out or has come out with a new one in the past week, but that's not in here. But to be honest, I've had this for like months. So the reason I've delayed doing this is I didn't just want to go through it and go through the discovery set one by one as I normally would. Not only did I want to do it on camera, but I also wanted to test something out. So Meo Fusciuni always has a story behind his perfumes. I've never smelled a single one of them. I've heard of a few through other reviews. Maybe you know about Sony being about his trip to Japan, and know about Varanasi being about his trip to Varanasi. We'll see how that goes. I've low expectations for that one, let's put it that way. But what I know is that he always provides this vivid imagery and stories behind each one. He even gives you information about not just the notes, but why he made it, inspiration behind each scent, even the music he listened to whilst making it, to really sell you this image and to really teleport you and take you somewhere. Some people describe his work as poetry. Now we're going to test this exactly how Meo Fusciuni doesn't want us to. Is we're going to go through each sample without reading any of the material, without looking at any of the imagery, reading any of the notes, none of that. We're going to smell it and see if it takes us anywhere. All I'm going to know is the names, and then I'm going to read the material and then smell it again and see if actually it's the marketing that takes you there or whether the scents on their own are evocative. The reason I'm doing this is quite a lot of artistic niche brands rely heavily on marketing, and they get critiqued for their scents being maybe a bit more average. Maybe their perfumery skills are not really great. They're good, but they're not like a super crazy perfumer. An example of this is obviously Alessandro Gualtieri, who is the master of marketing. I always wonder if you just give a random stranger Mega Mare, would he really think of the sea like that? If you give a random stranger a sample of, I don't know, Corium, would he think of that really rugged leather in the mud? I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't think of that. If you give a random stranger Black Afghan and didn't tell them anything, would they really think about hashish? Probably not, right? And so we're testing this out to see if these guys are masters of marketing or the perfumes really fulfill the artistic mission without need for any marketing, and the marketing is just to make it easier. So it'll just be a bit of a fun experiment, but really I just want to smell his work and see what the hype is all about. So 16 samples is quite a lot, especially for visiting them twice. Last time I did a discovery set, it was a Serge Lutens, and I had 8 samples. And to be honest with you, the video is super long. Like, it was 2 hours of filming and I had to edit it quite a lot. So I'm not trying to go for 4 or 5 hours doing this for you guys, even though I probably would like that. I'm going to split this. I'm not sure how I'm going to split this. I'm just going to stop when we feel fatigued, but we'll be doing at least 4 in this part 1 of this Meo Fusciuni Discovery Set. I'm not going to go in any particular order, just whatever order comes. So let's unbox this set. I've removed the cellophane off camera, but I haven't actually opened it or smelt any of them. So let's have a look what's inside together. So it's quite a nice cardboard box with Meo Fusciuni Olfactive Memories Collection in nice gold writing. It feels very high quality. And it's got this book with a picture of his bottles on there, and then a really nice felt lining with, I'm not sure how much is in this. I should know, I bought it, but I bought it quite a while ago. I've actually forgotten. But if you can see, it looks like it's got a fair bit in there. It looks like at least 3-4 mil to me, so happy days. So this is what it looks like, and then he has this book. Now this book technically is what everyone is here for, not just for the scents. And I'm wondering if without this book, the scents really fall apart. So I'm not going to read anything. I'm just going to have a flick through just to see what it says. I see. So the way the book is set out, each fragrance has one page, and it has it in Italian and in English, and he has a paragraph about what it's about. It even has a quote. This one, a timeless elegance. Okay, I'm not going to read it because that kind of ruins everything. But he goes on in quite a lot of detail about what it smells like and what it evokes. He even says that it was created listening to the album and these songs. So he really goes all out there to get you involved and for you to understand why he made these and what they're meant to evoke. There is some pictures in there as well. Just having a quick flick through to see if it's just that. So yeah, there's a few pictures in there, nothing really exciting, and it just continues on. He has a bit about his brand in the end, and the project, and then he has just some of the notes on here. For each of them he has the notes on there. And then perfume is a soul that shapes our shadow. He's a very artistic chap. I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest, but we'll see. I'll read the first page because it doesn't tell us anything about any of the perfumes for you guys, but just to get a vibe for what this chap is about, what this brand is all about. When everything ends and we wait for the sunset to declare the end, when everything disappears into darkness, I only smell the scent of the day. That's a quote from Meo Fusciuni. That is quite beautiful. I can't lie, I'm falling for the marketing already. You might find this a bit cringe. Depends on what kind of perfume user you are. But anyway, I'm excited to smell these. Okay, so let's start with the first scent, and it is number 1, Notta di Viaggio, Rite de Passage. Cool, Notta di Viaggio. Notta, is that a note? A note, a poem, an ode? I don't know Italian very well, so maybe I should practice my Italian. I am like 3% Italian according to a DNA test I did. Maybe I should, but Notta di Viaggio. I think Viaggio sounds like voyage, and obviously rites de passage is like rites of travel or freedom, something that's about travel. Let's give it a spray. Ooh, that is a very good atomizer for a discovery set. Beautiful. Let's give it a smell and see what we can get from this. Okay, so off the bat there's incense and there's black pepper. There's something woody but damp like patchouli in there. It's spicy, but it's not like fully Eastern spicy. There's no cumin, cardamom, coriander, all of that. So I'm thinking, where did he travel to? So it's not very ambery or oriental. It's like in the middle. It's just a bit Western, it's a bit oriental. I'm thinking there's something, is patchouli in there, making me think of a damp forest, you know what I mean? But then there is spice, but it's like just pepper. So I'm thinking it's somewhere that doesn't have crazy spice. So that kind of rules out North Africa, it rules out the East. So maybe somewhere in Europe with lush greenery. I don't know, maybe Central Europe, Eastern Europe. There is something oriental about it though. Maybe it's like Eastern Europe, like Armenia, Turkey, that kind of vibe. But I think of secluded area. I don't think it's. I think of of a cabin in the woods. You can feel like a bit of a dustiness to it, a bit of spice, touch of incense. It's not incredibly dirty incense or Eastern incense. It's giving me a bit of a similar construction to L'air de Désert Marocain, but just with some more timid spice. Yeah, it's beautiful. It is making me think of somewhere. obviously due to the travel reference from the name. Let's give it a read now and see whether we're anywhere close or not. But before we do, this gives me a bit of an Onaman / Leather Desert Marocain kind of vibe, and I'm thinking he's travelled somewhere in Eastern Europe / Central Europe. Let's give it a read. Right, notta di viaggio, rites de passage. His quote is a timeless elegance, enigmatic and dreamy. I'd say it is dreamy and it is elegant. Everything was born in Istanbul. Okay, so this is about his travel to Istanbul. Interesting. I think we were pretty close to guessing what he was getting at. Each of us experienced a rite of passage in our lives, and for me it was that journey amidst the chaotic voices of the Grand Bazaar and the swirling scent of the spices of the ancient market. It's not that spicy to me on paper, okay? To be honest with you, I've been to Turkey and I've been to Istanbul, and they have this great spice bazaar, but they don't use spices that much in their cuisine. So that's something to consider. A warm and spicy perfume that from the very first notes of black pepper, grapefruit and bergamot. Okay. I can't pinpoint the citruses, to be honest. I do get the black pepper. A perfume in continuous evolution and factory metamorphosis that runs through the spice of the Grand Bazaar and the scent of the ancient and precious fabrics of the market. The perfume arrives at its beating heart, a warm bouquet of ylang ylang, jasmine, geranium and rosewood. A dusty echo of nostalgia. It is dusty, I did mention that. So an olfactory memory, cool. To create a woody resinous and deep bass, benzoin, vetiver, patchouli, sandalwood and incense. I see. Like being at the end of the journey, alone in one's own self, in a mystical and spiritual place of the magical city of the suggestive door that looks to the east. This is a beautiful scent. It smells quite well blended, especially for an Italian perfume house rather than French. I do get that dusty, spicy kind of feel with a bit of incense. A lot of the notes mentioned, obviously this is just the opening, I haven't sprayed it on skin, but I'm interested to wear this. Give this a 7 out of 10. With regards to the marketing, has this made me like it more? Yes, absolutely. I'd raise this to an 8 out of 10 because I love this, that he has got deep thought behind it and it means something to him. And to be honest, it can mean something to me also. I can't remember, I don't have a scent memory of Istanbul, but it is a very beautiful scent. I'd rate this 7.5 out of 10 in the middle, between pre-marketing and post-marketing. It's quite addictive, I really like this. I just wish it was accessible. I'd be more than happy to have this in my collection. Let's move on to the next one without reading the other page and ruining it for ourselves. So the second perfume is number 2, Notta di Viaggio. So this is obviously some kind of travel inspired series. This is number 2, in brackets Shukran, which finally I understand something. That means thank you in Arabic, which is my mother tongue as a man from the Middle East. So let's give this a smell. Shukran is quite specific. Now I have knowledge that you guys might not have. Shukran is not formal Gulf Arabic, it's more North African Arabic. So this is going to either be about going to Cairo, Egypt, my hometown, Libya, unlikely. Okay, I don't think he's gone to Libya, okay, especially after the civil unrest. Tunisia, Algeria, also not very popular. This is going to be Morocco, isn't it? Because all perfumers love Morocco. Most Europeans just go to Morocco. So I'm hedging my bets. This is about his trip to Morocco. Just from the name, thank you for that in brackets. It's really helped us out here. Let's give this a spray. 2 sprays. Shukran. Oh wow, this is incredible. This is Moroccan. This is mint. I got the mint straight away. There's rose. It's very floral. This smells like a mint Moroccan tea. Okay, it's not strictly in Morocco, by the way. all over North Africa we have mint black tea with a ton of sugar. It has a ton of sugar. This is taking me to my childhood. Yes, I want to drink this cup of tea and say shukran to whoever made it. Oh my god, I need this one too. Shit. It's minty, maybe a bit of rose. I'm assuming because they grow a lot of rose in Morocco. Hint, hint. I'm getting tea, I'm getting a sweetness. This just smells like really sweet black tea with a ton of mint, just how we have it in North Africa. Yeah, this is like a smell rather than a perfume. Does it take me somewhere? Hell yes, this takes me somewhere, and it takes me somewhere that I've been. And if I was making a perfume like this, I would actually do this, because I was thinking about this myself. I'm buying some scales and some materials to try and make a few things just as a hobby. And I was thinking of making an Egypt scent, and my mind went straight to black tea with mint and a lot of sugar. Because out of all the smells there, like, this is quite nice as a perfume. Looks like I've been beaten to the punch, but wow. This is amazing. This is incredible. Let's read the story and see if we were right. Maybe a bit of vetiver in the base. Anyway, this is not a guessing game of what notes are in this. It's what is the story behind this. But it has to be mint tea. Okay, maybe a bit of rose, but mint tea is my guess. And Morocco. Let's read about it. Notta de viaggio number 2, shukran. So, encounter in the enchantment of life, the joy of travel, the beauty of knowing the other. Love that. I love to travel. A journey to Morocco. Boom. A hymn to joy, to the happiness of the journey and the beauty of the encounter. Shukran in Arabic means thank you. The second note of travel is my personal desire to have perfume to my travels in Morocco. The sacred ritual for the Berber people, making a daily gesture of the meeting for every traveller in the place, the mint tea. Holy shit. Yeah, it's the mint tea, and I'm sorry, but it's not just a Moroccan thing, guys. It smells exactly like mint tea. This is so expensive to get, it's not even available in the UK. I need to just save some money, go to Italy and just buy the whole lot. Because this is taking me to literally my hometown. He's good. Okay, cancel this experiment. He's good. Sorry for doubting you. Let's read about it. The notes. This perfume uses beauty, its energy in the green, aromatic, sweet and sparkling notes of Moroccan dwarf mint. Cool. Note of lemon and Litza Kabiba. I love Litza Kabiba. And you know who spams it quite a lot? Roger. And it takes his perfumes to another level. Oh my god. And I totally get it in here now. He's mentioned that it gives it a bit of zing. It's similar to lemongrass to me. It doesn't go like full Thai food like lemongrass can. This just gives the greenness a bit more zing, and there's definitely lemon in here. Like, it's definitely lemon, like not another citrus. This is amazing. Between the aromatic notes of Moroccan chamomile and lemongrass. So there is lemongrass in here. Maybe I'm smelling the lemongrass, not the Litza Kabiba. Wow, this is incredible. Mentholated trail of eucalyptus. The red of the sunset square is as warm as a sweet and earthy tobacco and sandalwood. So it's tobacco and sandalwood, not vetiver. This is absolutely mind-blowing. I need this in my life. So that was number 2, Notta de viaggio, shukran. I've just skim-read his paragraph for the sake of the video, because I don't want to just spend half the video reading to you guys. But this is beautiful. This is fantastic. I love this. This is incredible. Well done to you, sir, because as a man who, I haven't been to Morocco, but I'm from Egypt, and we drink mint tea, and we have quite similar exact ways of having it, and similar culture. It's fantastic. And to be honest with you, the scent was enough to take me there. Congratulations to him. He's never going to see this, but yep, he's good. And the perfumes are amazing and they've taken me there. Let's go now to scent number 3, which is, notta di viaggio number 3, chiavoro d'amore. That sounds Italian, so I'm assuming this is Italian. Oh, if he hits us with a nice Italian cologne style, then yeah, we're on to a winner, aren't we? Let's give this a spray. Number 3. How many does he have? Are they all numbered? Oh yes. This is Italy, isn't it? This smells like an Italian eau de cologne. Acqua di Parma style, but there's something there that's kind of odd and different. Wow, okay. What am I smelling? A lot of citruses. Aromatic, but there's something there. This is probably the south of Italy. Now I've travelled throughout Italy. One of my favourite places actually is Italy. So I'm hedging my bets on this is about Italy, maybe where he grew up. I don't know where he grew up, but this is probably the south of Italy. Because it's taken me to a sunny place, a more rural place, rather than a European place. The south of Italy is much more Mediterranean in temperature, the people, the architecture, even just the mood. It's actually very close. Even the ladies like arguing on the train in those towns by the Amalfi Coast, like it's just, it feels so Mediterranean. There's something green here that I can't really put my finger on. There's quite a lot of lemons. This is like maybe Sicily. I think there's some sandalwood in here, but let's see if we're anywhere near. This is very nice. It's my least favorite. I'd give this a 7 out of 10 because it's still very good. Okay, let's read about this one. Number 3. So, trilogy of journey. Eternal is the memory. Eternal is the scent of our childhood. So it's where he grew up. A perfume dedicated to the love for my land, my roots, Sicily. Nice. I was born in the south of the world, a place I thought would be my eternal island. I'm assuming this sounds way better in Italian as well. It's about his childhood. I remember the fig tree. Okay, so it's fig leaf, isn't it, that we're smelling? It's not the fig fruit. It's like a fig leaf, which is quite a common thing. Not common, but I didn't recognize it, so it's not that common. Everything is sweet and white over time, like the mother's clothes, like the sun of Sicily. Yeah, the flowers are starting to come out. Maybe I smelt it too quick after I sprayed it. Yeah, it's beautiful. Woody notes of cedar and sandalwood, kneeling on the sweetness of benzoin. Everything becomes familiar to my memory, like a sacred summer procession. Remember the voices which slowly told ancient stories. We were sitting around the table, under the shadow of the big fig tree. In the scent, I told one of the most intimate chapters of my life. It's beautiful. Yeah, I'm getting more of the florals. I think I just smelled it straight away, and the florals are just coming in now. Still my least favourite, still a 7 out of 10. Let's move on to the next one. But so far, amazing. All of them, the scent told the story before the story was told. So, super impressive actually. Move on to number 4. Number 4 is Notturno. 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 Something about the night? I won't know until I smell it. And if I don't know, after I smell it, we will read about it, shall we? Notturno. Ooh, that's odd. It smells like bubblegum. Not bubblegum, like, you know, those fruit gums. This is wonderful. Wow. Is it pineapple? But it's like a cooked pineapple. Like a grilled pineapple, some spices. Something alcoholic about it, like a woody drink. Not a drink expert, by the way, which might hinder my ability to decipher this. Something alcohol about it, something barrelly, woody about it. Something floral about it, maybe pineapple-y. This black pepper there, I don't even need to smell it, like it makes my nose tingle, that's how I know it's black pepper. yeah, this is wonderful. Notturno, I don't know what that means. I'm assuming it's like nighttime, night out. Maybe this is him going to a nice bar in Venice. This reminds me of Venice at night. I'm going all in on this Italian thing, aren't I? Let's see what story he tells with this one. I'd give this a 7.5 out of 10.
Hi everyone, sorry I had to end the video abruptly there. My mic totally died. I actually filmed this video quite a while ago and tried to save the audio as much as possible. So apologies for the scruffy audio towards the end of the video there. Obviously it's a first impressions video. I can't reshoot first impressions because it would be dishonest and no longer first impressions. Unfortunately, I've lost the footage for two of the scents, Narcotico and Luce. But we'll resmell those at the end and we'll carry on in the next video with other scents, and I'll make sure my mic is charged next time. So apologies for that. Now, just to pick up where we left off, where I described Notturno there, was, as you can see, at the time of filming, I picked up on the rum, not necessarily rum, boozy notes and pineapple and smoke, and I've just had a quick flick through the book one more time to see if we were correct, and it is about the night time. It does have pineapple. The smoke is not from incense, but it's more because of the leathery birch tar that he uses, and there is a rum giving that alcoholic kind of vibe, so we were correct in guessing what it smells like. In terms of what inspires it, it's a night at a poetry club. It's meant to be an ink note. I didn't really get that on paper, but we did get the vibe that this is kind of a nighttime thing. So he's going out to this poetry club and maybe having a drink where other people are reading poetry and having drinks. Did this scent get us there? Almost 85 to 90% of the way there. Another very impressive scent. I'm not going to talk about the next two. We're going to skip Luce and Narcotico, and we'll continue in part 2. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.